Hey guys, welcome to another New World video. In today's video, I thought we could talk about some of the data mine stuff that has been all the buzz lately. So I guess we'll begin on the subject that will affect me as a crafter the most. So it would seem they plan to change the experience tables for all of the professions, which is making people think it is going to be a lot more difficult. I don't think this will be nearly as big of an issue as people believe, and let me explain why. I may even go as far as saying, for a lot of professions, namely weaponsmithing and armoring, it could actually make it a lot easier. When you look at the data mined information posted on Reddit, it appears grim. We are going to need in the ballpark of 5 million additional experience in order to max a trade skill. And at first glance, not seeing the whole picture is quite jarring. How on earth could we possibly do this, and how is this fair? Well, there is more information to consider. People now tend to make the lowest level item because experience gains on higher tier items do not match the material cost. However, if you consider the information we have seen in the PTR playing alongside the data mine changes, it all starts to make a little more sense. To explain, I will look at armoring and infused leather gloves. Right now on the live servers, you craft a pair of infused leather gloves. It will cost you 4 infused leather, 4 linen, and 1 iron ingot, and yield 1395 armor experience. However, on the PTR right now, if you craft a pair of infused leather gloves, it will cost you the same materials exactly, that part is unchanged, but yield you 4536 armoring experience, which is a massive gain. It doesn't seem like a lot, but when you consider how many you're making from 150 to 200, this cuts the total by a ridiculous amount. To keep things simple, let's just say the amount they are increasing is 5 million experience exactly. It isn't, but using a round number here just to keep things simple. So currently, if you made infused gloves, you would need an additional 3,585 pairs of gloves to fill that experience bracket. That will hurt. But with the increase to the experience per pair they have on the PTR at the moment, that number is only 1,102, which don't get me wrong, still seems like a bad number, but it is ballparks lower than the 3,585 number from the previous count. Now, I will explain why I think weaponsmithing and armoring will be a special case and actually become a bit easier. The big thing is the town boards. Currently, the town boards offer missions to craft boxes of weapons or armor that take very little materials and offer small bits of experience, ranging from a set of impenetrable crude iron armor offering 612 armoring experience per craft to a set of impenetrable star metal armor offering 4030 experience per craft. On the PTR, these missions offer 612 for the iron again, but the star metal 13,104. This is a massive jump over the live servers, and the cost remains the same. So going town to check boards when this changes is a huge payoff in terms of weapon and armor experience in the later skill sections. I also believe that with the appearance of 620 gear on the PTR, they are attempting to balance crafting. I don't believe people who currently are max level will remain max level after this gets added, or if it does, we will either be set back to 180 and be able to make 600 gear score gear, and 620 will be at 200, or they are simply increasing the cap on the current crafting skill to 220. So, the feeling that those who did it early got an unfair advantage, I don't think that's a real assessment. I think it's just a knee-jerk thought. They are not simply going to hand everyone who is currently max level crafting the ability overnight to craft 620 gear. It would remove any carrot chase from the content. Anyway guys, I hope that makes sense. I just wanted to touch on it briefly to try and shed some light on some other changes that nobody seems to be talking about. Everyone is focusing on the fact that they've increased the experience gains, but nobody seems to be talking about that they've also increased the amount of experience you get per craft by a significant amount on the higher tiers. If you guys have any other thoughts on this, or even think I'm wrong, or anything, please feel free to leave it in the comments on this topic. Now let's move on. Of course, there are the huge changes to honey, milk, and so on, but I won't really cover those because I'm sure everyone knows by now. It's all people seem to be posting at the moment on YouTube, so I won't waste your time by talking about this further. Honey will be a lot harder to get, so will milk. That's basically how it works. So let's look at some new stuff that is coming to the in-game shop, some soon, some later, but it all seems pretty cool. The Autumn King set is the first one I'd like to look at. This set is themed around the autumn season change, obviously. Very druidic looking. Not my favorite, but it could be cool for someone who enjoys this sort of theme. This one, if you did not know, is coming very soon, and it is sort of free. You will require a Prime membership, of course, but it is next month's Prime Twitch reward, so don't miss it. The next one is a classic RPG bard. This set I do like. I don't know why, but it reminds me of the old days of MMOs like EverQuest. It just has that light, fun MMO feel to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it for when I'm playing a ranger. The RPG rogue set, the mainstay of every MMO. The hooded, cloaked figure lurking in the shadows. If I had to wager, I would say this skin gets dropped when they add the daggers as a selling point. What do you think? Next, the wizard set. This one is meh. I don't love this set. It just seems really silly to me, like Wizard 101 or something. But I don't play as a wizard or a caster type, so maybe I'm way off. And the Harvester set. I like this set. I think it is great for those players who just enjoy playing the game as a gatherer and chilling after work. It gives them an identity in the whole immersion aspect of the game. The Royal Court Heavy. This set is just cool. I'm not sure if I'd wear the complete set, but the mask and gloves are just amazing. The Royal Court Medium set. I like this set, like a court jester. It would be very nice on a rapier user, I feel like, although they are going pretty hard on this style of mask. And the Court Light. I love this set also, minus the helm. I hate this style of helm. I realize some like it, but just for the body armor I would likely get this skin. Also, it looks like we're going to be getting some camp skins. That to me is really nice. To be able to personalize our camps would really spice things up and not see just litters of white tents outside of every town. Well guys, that's all I wanted to cover from this information. I know there's other big stuff in there, but everyone's covered it to death, and I just hate being one of those guys who posts the same crap everyone else does. So if there's anything else you want to point out, have thoughts on, or are concerned about, feel free to leave it in the comments, and I will read it and I always reply. At the moment, I'm hard at work on fishing and weaponsmithing and doing a bit of jewel crafting for my guide series and my journey to all 200s, so keep an eye out for those. I also have a link in the description to all my other guides, which I only make upon completing myself. If you want to try to get your skills maxed before these changes happen, feel free to click those links. And my Discord just went live, so please feel free to join that as well. Link in the description. Okay guys, enough of that chatter. I have fishing to do. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.